Hello folks, my name is Jenna from Golden State Times. Welcome back to the newsroom, and today I have a breaking news story. This one comes courtesy of The Hill, and it says, New York legislature passes bill restoring voting rights to those on parole. You heard right, folks, to those on parole. Let's get right into it. And it says, the New York State legislature has passed a bill that would automatically restore voting rights for those convicted of a felony upon their release from prison. The State Assembly passed Senate Bill 830 on Wednesday. The State Senate approved that legislation back in February. Under the bill, people convicted of a felony would automatically have their voting rights restored when they are released from prison, even if they're still on parole. The state must notify the former inmate about this right as soon as they are released. So, when a felon or an inmate goes to the parole board is now required to tell the inmate that once they are released, they can vote. And, to vote the correct way. Wink, wink. So, it goes on to say that the bill is intended to improve on Governor Andrew Cuomo's executive order back in 2018, under which parolees could get a voting pardon and then register to vote on their own. Assembly member Daniel O'Donnell, which is a Democrat who sponsored the bill in the lower chamber, said in a statement, this bill brings voting in the state of New York closer to dismantling the vestiges of a segregation-era law. So they're calling it disenfranchisement. That is what they're calling it. It says parole disenfranchisement in New York was designed to prevent black men from voting, according to Democrats. And we see the legacy of these laws in largely black and Latino parolee population today. With the passage of this bill, we're one step closer to dismantling the vestiges of segregation-era felony disenfranchisement in New York, according to that Democrat. O'Donnell told reporters in a brief interview that most of the opposition came from those who feel that parole is a get-out-of-jail-free card. So he said, quote, people think parolees get out of jail free. He said, if you are on parole, you are living a law-abiding life. And if you are living a law-abiding life, like you should have the right to vote. But we all know why they want these parolees to get voting rights. Because they need more Democrat votes. That's what it is at the end of the day. The bill comes as Democrat-led state moves to expand voting rights, while the GOP-led states moved forward with legislation tightening restrictions on voting in the wake of defeats in 2020, according to the fake news. Washington Governor Jay Inslee, another Democrat, signed a bill earlier in April that would expand access to voting of parolees. The bill is expected to go into effect January of 2022, right before the midterms. Perfect timing, right? Right before the midterms, they are doing all of these things. Why? Because they want to make sure that they get 5 votes, 10 votes, 100 votes, 50,000 votes, no matter how many it is, for the Democrats. That is what this is all about. It has nothing to do with parolees. It has nothing to do with disenfranchisement. It has nothing to do with it. Just has to do with more votes for the Democrats. Case closed. Virginia Governor Ralph Northam, another Democrat, unveiled a set of criteria mid-March amid restoring voting rights to those that have been previously incarcerated upon release from prison. It took effect immediately upon its signing. Once again, this has nothing to do with giving parolees or ex-convicts or inmates any more freedoms or restoring their freedoms. It has to do with the 2022 midterms and the Democrats wanting more votes. That's what it's all about. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys follow us on our website, goldenstatetimes.com. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter. You like us on Facebook. Sound off in the comments. What do you guys think this is all about? Is it really just to give people their rights back, or is it to get more votes for the Democrats right before the 2022 midterms? Let us know in the comments below. My name is Jen Goldstein. Thank you so much for joining me, and we hope to see you here next time. But until then, peace.